Hello everyone, and today we're doing the Finches. Anyway, let's go. I don't know. So new game, yes. Sorry guys, if you see it's completed, this is because it's on my twin's PC. Just let you guys know. I just put some games on, alone. I want to hear the song. Broken arm.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
And the story begins.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Yeah, because trauma is everything.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know, or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back. No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Probably thieves. Here. Oh dear.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Probably because of how big it is. Sounds like a big family, really.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Hey house, missed you. So we can't get in. Nice. So couldn't find another way in there. close I can't jump. Difficult. Can't go this way? Okay. Maybe the top? Okay, up there. Let's go down here.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're about to say something but never do.
Where are we going? Why can't I run? This sucks. We don't.
Someone had put up a chain link fence, but it looked like I wasn't the first person to hop it.
Have you seen about Milton? Oh yeah, because it's private property. I said we should be allowed our land. Probably though. And there's a beginning. Nothing there. That's wood. We've got a key, but we do not know for what. Oh, there we go.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Well, yeah, 'cause that's when you were short. You told them.
The power had been turned off the night we left. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
So we lose our brother then. Parents right. Enough's enough, we've had too much deaths. Time to take our only person that
Like how only
lived.
one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot. Or how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Of course.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
That's obviously her plate.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
But you never know.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Oh, that's lovely.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
So missing, and they don't know where he went then. Suspicious.
A lot of
isn't it,
things
really?
got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
So every time there's been a death or whatever, I presume this is what they do to stop people from going in there so they don't lose them as well.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
The question is, did your grandmother know something that you guys didn't know? Because that could be a thing.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Ah, so every time someone dies, the door gets locked, so the year they're born, and then the day they disappear or die.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. Louis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
So if your mother knew...
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
So if it's hidden...
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door.
So we just pretty much want to know about...
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
So our mother knew, and then she didn't want... She just didn't want us to know. Difficult.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
They sent her to bed without food, that's...
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
You didn't feed your daughter, you bitch! So she had to take food off her own animal. That's messed up.
I kept eating and eating.
Well, no, but if she's been starved, she's gonna eat what she can because she's not being fed. She's gonna eat from her animal food, and then she's gonna eat the toothpaste and all that, and that's not gonna fill her because that's not food.
The fake berries.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Those are like fake berries.
It's just because she's
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
like she's hungry, so I thought about it. So they were thought about to eat the fish, but she didn't.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Oh, how sad. So she died at such a young age. Being hungry because her mother didn't feed her. So she did this, and then by the time she opened the window, what most likely happened was she fell and then died.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
That is just... Family's free though, it happens. So she believes she was a cat, but what ended up happening was she fell out the window, that witch must have killed her or something, and then
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
so pretty much they starved her that much she became hungry. She saw the bird, she didn't want to kill her animal, so she went, right, I will eat the bird instead. So she climbed, I'm assuming, this big tree.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Oh no, I already know what that means. She went on that tree because she was that hungry. She obviously she thinks she's turned into an owl, which she didn't. So that just means she fell off that tree or something, and then boom, that's it. Just falls to her death.
Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Pretty much this is showing you the kids' story, like how each family member died. But it just proves, do you know what I mean?
A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Not the weirdest thing we've seen, but okay.
Shark.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier
I
than
wonder
ever.
though. She's imagining all this. It's not really saying.
I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Proves how much your family's stopping you then, isn't it? I assume she died just because she fell off a tree. I think it's more to it though.
Grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. How this is going, I have no idea how this will go. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Like, what's the guy's job now? Just
I was big, and I moved real quiet.
so you know, we're alive.
wanted to stop, but also I didn't. Passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
So this obviously is what the kids see in their imaginations, but hopefully there'll be a thing to tell us how she actually died. Or what really happened, because this makes no sense. Are we a leech or something? That's disgusting. We're along.
I got closer and closer.
I'm not liking the sound of this. This is showing how she died or something.
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Oh, glad to know that you're going to be delicious. So that's how she died then.
Legit died before now.
Well, no.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
So it's pretty much for a
I got
kid.
the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here.
That's just the thing. The problem is, she dreamed of all this, which kids do. Kids dream. But
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
odd.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
So a bloke thingied for his family to get a new home, and he drowns with the house. Lovely. 500 Finches and... Well, that's it, okay, but how do I get out of it? Okay, but how do I get out of it? No. Yeah, do that.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Of course. So Odin's the first, and then it was Edie. To be honest, I would love to have something like that because then it keeps it in the family tree and stuff, so you guys can see. Well, not you guys personally, but if we ever get family members, they can see from...
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
I think they locked it so if people ever trespassed, they wouldn't get lost in hidden places. Just die to, and then people will not know where they are.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book. Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Let's go.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Falkland, Brutal. And this is Fort Sam and Fort Colvin. Both blocked off.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
I see where this is going.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly. But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
So he told his brother it was impossible to go around this way. And that's what he did.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
See? The kids these days. Right, if I miss anyone, I'm sorry guys if I do. What I'll have to do, see if the one
After
what
the
my
funeral,
twin did.
Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Yeah, because he probably blames himself for what happened. If I miss anything, I'm gonna see, because my twin did this. I'm gonna check to whatever I miss, and then go on to the story, or I'm just gonna thing you guys into my twin's account, so you can watch her point of view, where she's got everyone. I mean, that's useful, you know, like if you're keeping any
The
features
passages
and stuff,
were a pretty tight fit.
but then it's
They'd
bad.
obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
None of it, because they've not moved, they've not changed anything from the room.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
So they left everything as it is. There must be smokers, to be fair. So that they all have cigarettes.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Poor boy.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman Killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
So that's probably our father's blood.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Oh boy, that's what I'm saying. I'm coming, brother.
Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
No, what should run?
That night, she played her part beautifully.
She couldn't even find a brother, so it's like... Or was it...
Polyflor hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grow. He wasn't moving,
Good.
but she sensed the story might not be over yet. The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her.
Yeah, that's
From
I'm not
Barbara,
feeling that bullshit.
it was a dream
Next
come
out,
true.
next to do it.
Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box was all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Anyway.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Girl, she locked everything. Why are you surprised? Really?
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive the week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster, on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
You know, that's what gets you killed, makes you go insane.
And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
So, for the life, here we go.
I know it's out there, somewhere.
This is stored
Whatever killed Barbara.
food and, you know, down here. So, like, if you had to
And
go
Molly.
further down, he's got it.
And Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
Are you though?
I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
So he looked up in the sky, got killed.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
He probably has many secrets.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Was she? Or was she being selfish? People never know.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made, trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself
I mean, once you find out, you can
and
keep
found out what happened to
the
everyone
information
else.
and then you can pass it down to your generation so they know
But
what
now
happened.
I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem.
True.
Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even be writing this.
I mean, if you write down everything and you take it
Maybe
with
it'd be
you,
better if all this just died with me.
well, no, because then your kid's gonna want to find out what happened. So it will
But I
never
thought you
end.
should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
Look, that's the thing though, like,
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
finding this information, if someone comes to you,
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
if if you have a kid, you know, they're gonna want to know what happened to you, so you're passing it on to them.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Isn't that true?
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault. Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Molly, Calvin,
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Sometimes some things are best left unknown.
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
You actually don't really believe it until you see it, so.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
22 weeks pregnant, girl, you've got to be careful on your 17th. I'm fucking 29, I don't know. I'm not on a day.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
There you go.
what?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Aw. You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I definitely won't be moving.
Are you...
Hey!
That's a keeper.
Nothing quite like being outside. I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died. Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of him.
Dad,
Also, it's trying to make the family proud. To hunt and get food for the family.
do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong.
Please tell the truth though. If you want to provide for your family, you will have to do it.
Now keep yourself squared up, elbows down, like we practiced, whenever you're ready. Great shot, Don!
Oh, he was so proud.
I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Yeah, no, it's just a thing of he's pretty much teaching her, like, if you want to provide for your family and you've got no...
Sorry, Don, just gotta reset the timer.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so-
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Bye. So that's how he died. On his,
Of all these stories, that's
No,
the
but
one
he's
I
pretty
wish
much
most that my
teaching.
mom had told me.
like, say you're in the middle of nowhere, you got a house and you've already got food. And you needed to survive. It's just teaching you of hunting is natural, but you only do it when it's that season. Because if you do it out of season, you get arrested. Because they need time to get repopulated and everything for that to happen.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Oh, I don't like this one either. A baby, really.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Gregory, it's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello?
Like, woman, why would you leave?
Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
No, but you don't leave a
I wonder
baby
what he saw.
unattended in the bath.
What his world
Because this
was
is
like.
what can happen. They could lay in the, they could fall like face first, and they're drowning themselves. And look, she closed the thing, so she's not even gonna.
You reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination.
Okay, but I think this is also true.
Whatever it was he saw.
Before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that I
now
remember.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
So all of it I mean, I don't blame some people because they don't like step-parents.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Rebellious child.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made.
Surely they must have known he was still outside.
The thunder sounded
he
much
went
too
to his
close
own
and
phone.
full of angry power. But all my father said for this was, make the music louder.
Yeah, no, just because he didn't want to step.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Uh-oh, she's dropping shit.
Oh, naughty.
Look what she drew.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Could I just call you off to another dead relative? Probably.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Ah, makes sense. I think they would have let me back through this way if I couldn't go this way, but maybe. Nothing. So this way for nothing.
Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
I mean, not true. So look, we've done that. Did that. There we go.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Yeah, but
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
sometimes when their loved one died
for
in
a
that
while,
room, they don't use it,
things
they
were
just
good.
block it off.
Almost normal.
So pretty much.
But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Every time someone dies, they pretty much lock the door, so no one can get in memory of them. Fair enough. And they keep everything as it was before they left and stuff.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
So it did magic, boom, that's it.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
So we've got 3 more, so another brother and then the grandma. I think, yeah.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
I said this for anyone else.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Lay my head on that belly.
Of course she is. I'm going to be making a Zubu cake.
I think you put in double parts in the cake, haven't you? White part's my favourite. Well, now I'm dead. Yeah,
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
I'll take some crackers, probably, yeah, I don't mind.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Yeah, that. It's one of them.
I finally got pockets. Although, the thing is, it's got a hole in it.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. He took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then, daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Louis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Louis. So I let him go on.
Kinda wish you didn't, huh?
I even encouraged him.
Yeah, kinda wish you did.
It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Louis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. Songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. he held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
So, drugs, isn't it? I think it depends on what you take, I don't know.
Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
So what other person is here then?
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a beautiful prince. The prince was on his own quest for sinister serpents. He followed the sound of his electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Look, that's it. And no one is there to say, "Oh, dude, are you okay?"
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him. His prince waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
He was a kind man, but it was but he bowed to them. That's how he died. Sure, don't you?
My brother was really cool.
I was just saying.
I wish you could have met him.
Georgie, I'm blaming the woman for that, because she left the room to talk on the phone. It's like, girl, you shouldn't have left the baby alone.
It's like,
Oh, what the
look
fuck?
when Gabby was a baby, we never left her side.
No, hell no. I refuse.
I remember when Mum was shouting to go from Mum, like, nope. That child is not doing that in the bathroom. We always, stay like that.
Well, yeah, because they're a baby. You're not meant to leave them.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Just in case Chris followed you.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe I should have come sooner.
Like, you're cursed, but you're not.
Could just be the area.
It's not just her.
But it had to end one way or
But it's
another.
weird because her brother, one of her brothers is missing.
All that's left now
No
is to
one
tell you
knows.
about that last night.
He did something about he found a door.
Yeah, he did a painting and he went through a door, that's it. Gone.
So everyone believes he might have found a sort of passage in the house and sort of trapped.
And then obviously, because he's been trapped and no one's found him, he would have starved to death.
Yep.
So slow, painful
So
death.
his remains could be in the building still.
That whole last day,
That's why
Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
It would be nice to find it.
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Poor girl didn't want to leave her own grandmother.
She lived at home because someone told her.
the power had been shut off that
Oh, is that-
morning,
I've noticed
but
it's every door.
Edie always had plenty of
Every time
candles.
That door was glued shut. And I'm like, because they're leaving the memories there. I
When my
think how
mom
it
sealed the
was.
library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
You see, you had 2 older brothers. You see, you're the youngest child.
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning.
Is it the stories?
Okay.
No, because most of them, no one knew about it.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out.
Because she was saying her last goodbyes.
I'll save it for you.
Pretty much your grandmother was saying her last goodbyes.
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. I started seeing things.
Guys, I think that it's based on a true thing.
I was wondering.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
They believe the Thai family's curse.
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
Don't eat me.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
Bye-bye.
The next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
Yeah, tried.
A few years went by.
Shake. Everybody likes it when you shoot that thing.
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while.
We gave her a hand.
And then she didn't.
I gave her a potato. You see a little hundred.
And then I was alone.
Want a potato?
The last Finch left alive.
Almost 22 weeks pregnant.
Until I found out about you.
Does this mean
I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this.
Now she is, yeah.
Is this just a sudden
If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things.
Okay.
But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes.
So it's gonna continue.
appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you.
You got told where you would die. I wonder if you gave the.
But now I hope you'll never see it.
There was nothing known about the father of the child.
I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself.
And she didn't realize she was pregnant at the time.
But I guess if you're reading this
She
now,
sounds like she's a teenager.
things didn't work out that way.
When she went to the place, and she was 22 weeks pregnant.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
A museum to prevent the place kept. Right. Okay, guys. That is